What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rant, and overhate. So, I want to do something. I want to point something out. Take a little bit of a different angle, but it's all about principle. I want you guys to pay attention to something. I have a couple of things that I want to say. And I want you guys to really focus on this video. And when I follow up with this, you're going to see where I'm going with this. But this was very interesting to me. Not for entertainment purposes, but just for the simple fact that there's so much that can be seen in this if you want to see it. And it just, the mindset that people have. I'm going to break this down. I don't want this video to be too long. There was another video I was going to play, but I'm not. I'll just explain that one to you because I don't want it to be too long.
Who do you think watches more tape, Tom Brady or all the coaches?
All the coaches.
Stop it.
All the coaches.
Stop
I'm not going to let you do it.
No,
I'm not going to let you
I'm
do it.
going to do
I
it
don't care.
because I just
I'm
did
not
it.
going to let you be disrespectful to these damn coaches because you love Tom Brady. Tom Brady does not watch more tape.
No quarterback in the history of this league.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a flat out lie.
That's a flat out lie that you're perpetrating. There's
no
never
way.
been anything because you can't stand it that Tom Brady at 45 is still playing this game at a very high level. Yeah.
You see these numbers?
Yeah.
These numbers say Tom Brady is not playing
Okay,
at a
then
high
I
level.
need you.
No,
Okay, you're
that's
in the
not what
Hall
it's
of Fame
about.
because you're scared to death of him because he's haunted you. Time out. Ladies and gentlemen at home, I would like to announce the fact, if you're new to our show, that this man for 6 straight years on this show that we have been partners at this debate desk has tried to send Tom Brady home, said he's washed up, his arm is in decline, and he should just go on home. It started the first day of this show in September of 2016, and he has been wrong for 6 straight years, and he's going to be wrong again. I'm standing by what I said.
How convinced are you Tom Brady's going to win the Super Bowl?
Okay, I picked him to win it. I'm not backing off.
Well, put something on it.
Well, what do you mean I put my pride on it? I put my pride. Who did you pick? You picked the Rams and the Chargers, okay?
And the only difference is, everybody knows the Rams are bad, but they don't want to say Tom Brady is playing just as bad
I'm
as
not
last
letting them off.
Yeah, they're in the terrible division. They're in the worst division in football.
Good. Are they going to be in the playoffs? Tell me out.
Skip,
I need you to
that's your argument.
Okay,
That's your argument.
What do you mean that's my
Your
argument?
argument is that they're going to be in the playoffs. Is Tom Brady playing bad? Yes or no?
Yes, he played poorly yesterday.
What do you mean yesterday?
Okay,
All year.
but you're giving him 100%
I
of the
did.
play?
Because
That's just, you have no objectivity. It's just straight Brady hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he's still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
That's what you
That's
do.
the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Yeah, I did what
I
I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better. See what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You would take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a
What are
minute.
you talking about?
You would take a personal
Put your
shot.
glasses back on.
Can I finish? You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you
Go ahead.
you disrespect him. It's
Go
just
ahead.
so.
you would
You know what? It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever played your game, and it's by
Have at it.
far.
Have at it.
Okay,
Take off,
I'm
bro.
going to have at it because I'm going to have at you because what happened yesterday?
Okay. Let me say this. Okay, let me say this.
Good to see you again.
Did these 2 grown men, did they or did they not just look stupid right now? Arguing, going back and forth over nothing. I'm used to watching shows that give you the news. Now, people can have a difference of opinion, but I really don't get entertained by this. To me, this is just buffoonery. And I stopped watching all of those shows. Being updated and watching people argue are 2 different things. And I'm noticing everything that people consider entertaining nowadays is people arguing, fighting. I don't care if it's Real Housewives of Atlanta or all this bullshit. It's always something ignorant, something very stupid going on. And this is entertainment. Love and hip hop. I don't see no love. I don't hear no damn hip hop. All I see is a bunch of disgruntled, manic depressive people who can't get along, who 1 minute they're okay, the next minute they're throwing champagne glasses and acting ignorant in front of the camera. And people eat this shit up. And that's what's up now. Yo, you saw what them niggas is doing? Yo, them niggas is wildin', son. They had bitches on, yo, them bitches about to go at it though. I'm like, yo, cuz tripping, yo. And it's like, this is entertainment. Even back when, I remember Charles Barkley and Shaq was arguing, trying to make a point. And something, I remember, Charles Barkley said something, and Shaq said, no, because if I was him, I'd have punched you right in your face. If that was me, I'd have punched you right on the broadcast, live. And Charles Barkley said, well, first off, you're not that good of a fighter. But it was just like, wow. Now, I don't know the relationship between Barkley and Shaq, like if they're friends. I think it's more of a co-worker thing. Okay, that was uncalled for, very unprofessional, ignorant, stupid shit. When I watched Mike Tyson fight Roy Jones, when they went in there and sparred each other and held back and played around, they had Sugar Ray Leonard and Snoop Dogg and some other guys, whatever. And there's a couple of events that I watched boxing wise where the commentary sucked. Snoop is not a good commentator. People are always entertained by Snoop. And I'm listening to how people are speaking on these shows now. And it's just like they don't know anything about what's going on in the ring. They're not even talking about what's going on in the ring. They're talking, making jokes. They're talking just about random shit. They're not even commentating on the fight. They're just talking. And I'm sitting there listening like, yeah, it's all changing for the worse. This is why I play this. Skip referred to Shannon as his brother. Brothers fight. This is what happens. I stand on what I said and this and this and this. So wait. So, okay, let me tell y'all how I feel. Anthony Joshua, hope he can get it together and get back in there and win. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But, Spence, Charlos, whoever. Fighters that I like as fighters. I would never argue with anybody, whether I like you or not as a person, but especially somebody I have love for. I don't argue. I don't debate. We just have conversation. We can agree to disagree. That's all fine with me. No attitude, no ill feelings about it. I would never do that. If a friend of mine come to me and say, hey, man, Aries, I want to play ball, man. And you know what? I think I could be, as great as Michael Jordan. I'm not going to sit here and say, come on, man, you ain't going to be good as no damn Jordan. But, I'm just saying, no. The most, for me, I never put myself in a position where I'm aiming for somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like their glory or trying to be. I never cared about that superficial shit. To me, it's always just been, I'm doing what I can do to be the best person I can be. Now, if I'm competing with you, yeah, it's about getting that victory. I don't concern myself about how everybody else see me. It's about what I'm doing. So, there's people who you can whoop their ass and people will still make excuses as to why you won. That's beneath me. That is like the least of my worries is to try to convince you to want to like me or to want to, it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Now, my son plays basketball. I have different people around me that do different things. I tell them all the same thing. Don't focus on trying to chase something somebody else had. You be the best version of you. And you, by doing that, if it comes to the point of somebody saying, people saying that they think you are greater than that person, so be it. But don't let that be your focus. Don't let that shit make you an airhead. Don't walk around arrogant, pumped up full of foolish pride and trying to, you know, want to be everybody's favorite. When you mature, when you come back down to earth, you'll realize how insignificant that bullshit is. But check this out. I've seen grown men in person. I've witnessed my own 2 eyes in person. Grown men and family members and so-called friends throw punches at each other over Tupac and Biggie Smalls. I've seen grown men throw punches at each other, insult each other, fight each other over who would win in a fight, the Incredible Hulk or Superman. I've seen grown ass men get into a fist fight because someone says they don't think Bruce Lee could have beat just anybody. There's people who are not even known to a sport would have been able to beat Bruce, and a fight breaks out. Shannon Sharp just felt betrayed, whether you guys realize it or not. I stopped watching that show because it got to the point where I'm like, man, this is what they pay y'all to do. I stopped watching all those shows. I just have no interest in them. When I'm trying to get information and news on certain things, sporting events and all, and I'll check for those type of things. If I'm giving you guys boxing news or some type of news, I'll check for those type of things. Those shows, no. But when I saw that, it was just like, wow. Like, it was brought to my attention what, Skip said to Shannon. See, even to get on the camera and act a fool, to even just get on here and argue, the people in the studio probably tell them, just go into it and, go at each other. That's not intriguing to me. That's bullshit. Two grown ass men arguing over other men. But Shannon felt disrespected. He felt some pain there. You already said, so you going to disrespect me to defend him? Oh, I'll defend him against anyone because he's the greatest football player ever. You disrespect him every time. Right? He said for the past 6 years, right? The past 6 years, you've been doing this and this and that. Now, just because he counts someone out and they win, okay, so what? So what? That's his prerogative. If he don't feel like Tom Brady, whatever, and he's saying it's just Brady hating, look at how he made it personal. And then told his so-called friend, and Skip referred to Shannon as his brother. Told his so-called brother, you're just jealous because at 45, he's still going strong. At 35, you had to quit. Made it personal and took a personal dig at Shannon Sharp. Couldn't hide it anymore. So these two go back and forth all the time, but this is the first time I've seen them like this type of thing happen. And like I said, I stopped watching. Stephen A. used to be on that show with Skip. And they had their falling out. And Stephen A. tried to, sugarcoat it. And no, they had the same type of shit happen. You see, sometimes things can happen and your true colors come out. And that's why Shannon said it twice. So you going to disrespect me to defend him. You going to disrespect me for him. Okay. Yeah. But see, I don't believe in karma. I just believe when you indulge in things, it comes back to you because you put yourself in a position to be in that scenario. Skip had the nerve to say you've been bashing Tom Brady since this show started. I mean, he's keeping score. You don't just come out spur of the moment and just say something like that because you're angry. So no, he's keeping score on things that Shannon say. How many fucking times has Skip Bayless sat there and shitted all over Floyd Mayweather? Always knocking Floyd, have a clear dislike for Floyd, and he shows it. had Floyd's dad sit on the show and told him he bet him some money. He lost the bet and never paid Floyd Sr. his damn money, right? This guy never has anything good to say about Floyd. Now, Shannon said some stupid shit where pretty much he was talking about Floyd, like the money team, baby. Skip. You can't skip in that ring. The money team, baby, Floyd is too slick. Now, in real life and personally, I can't stand him. And I'm like, why would you say that though? Let me tell you, Skip sat there bragging about how Conor was going to do this to Floyd. Conor was going to do that to Floyd. Oh, Conor this, Conor that. He's going to show him something that Floyd has never seen. All of this shit he said. Then made excuses after Floyd beat him. So he's been bashing Floyd ever since the show started. Even before he came, before Shannon Sharp came, he's been bashing Floyd since Stephen A was sitting there. Let me also say this. See, there's a difference when somebody don't like you because of your character and personality, right? He said to Shannon Sharp, to Shannon Sharp, that you're jealous because this guy at 45 is still playing strong and you had to stop at 35. And Shannon said, jealous of what? And said, you act like I'm some bum. So I got 3 championships. So what? This guy's way better than you ever were. So that's how you talk to your brother for someone you don't even know? This is why I don't like or respect fanboys or fangirls. I'm not a fan of anyone. If you say I'm a fan of fighting, I'm a fan of the competition. Yeah, I love competition in that sense, but I'm not a fighter fan. That's what these guys are. Fans of people. There's a big difference. And there's even a difference between a fan and a fanboy. And when someone refers to themselves as a fanboy, you're disrespecting yourself. The term fanboy was created to belittle you because you carry yourself in an immature, ignorant way in support of someone that you don't even know. And that's why they use the term fanboy or fangirl. You're not even speaking logically. You're just speaking in favor of someone that you like better than the other. Did you see the disrespect? And this is something that people get up early in the morning and watch 2 grown-ass men sit there and argue with each other over some stupid shit. When Shannon Sharp said he couldn't stand Floyd Mayweather, he talked about his lifestyle and Skip, yes, yeah. I'll say this. A lot of people talk about, I don't like a lot of the dumb shit Floyd did, but it never bothered me personally. But it was just some stupid shit. Same with Adrian Broner. Floyd burnt money. Adrian ripped up money and flushed it down the toilet. Now he's begging for money. When Floyd Mayweather got in Adrian's ear, hey, look, Adrian, don't do the same dumb shit I was doing. I'm telling you, it's a certain level you can't go to with all this. You want to be the bad guy, you want to get the attention, okay, but just, you got to calm down. Now, you know what people translated that into? Oh, Floyd is just jealous of Adrian. He don't want Adrian to surpass him. Oh, it's just jealousy, blah, blah, blah. The same person that Adrian won't listen to, he come running to him for help. And Adrian Broner is a victim of his own actions. When Shannon said what he said, this was all pretty much based around the fact because of what happened with Floyd and his baby's mother. Let me say this. Floyd Mayweather went to prison. There was never no solid evidence that he beat the baby's mother up. Mike Tyson went to prison for rape. Mike Tyson said he didn't do it. He still went to jail. Floyd said he didn't do it. He still went to jail. Last week, Dana White, there's a video of him. Okay, I don't like to get into domestic shit, I want to make this point, and I'm not telling you guys something that you can't see yourself because the video's on YouTube. Dana White reaches down, you hear him say something to his wife. She slaps the shit out of him. And he slapped the shit out of her back. This is where this came from. How come there's not videos of Dana White all over YouTube? Why is nobody calling Dana White a scumbag? He should be thrown in jail. He hit a woman. Why? And there's evidence. The evidence is right there. And then he was even on a show. I think he was on a radio. I think he was calling in over the phone. And they were like trying to make excuses for Dana. Hey, Dana, how much alcohol did you guys have involved? Yeah. Well, it was a lot of alcohol. Yeah, it's no excuse though. He said it was no excuse about 3 or 4 times that he was wrong for what he did. But the point is he did it. Why isn't he locked up? Huh? Well, she didn't press charges. Okay. Well, Stephen A. Smith, I remember he talked about Floyd. Stephen A. Smith said, Floyd Mayweather, I talked to him yesterday and he told me he didn't do it. And I think that Floyd Mayweather should do more time than he's doing, to be honest with you, and this and this. Now, so basically, even though Floyd said he didn't do it, he's innocent, you believe him. You don't believe him. And you think he should do time. You know what Stephen A. Smith said about Dana White? My heart goes out to Dana White. He's a good friend of mine. We talk every day, and it's I know Dana's a good guy, this and this and this. Person talking to Stephen A. Smith says, so what do you think his punishment should be? He said something to the effect of like, well, it's more like, what does he really think he should do? Like, my heart goes out to him. Oh, I see. Your heart goes out to Dana White for slapping his wife. Floyd Mayweather, who basically, from what we understand, the wife was hitting him and whatever, he held her down on the bed or whatever. Said he never hit her. But you don't believe him. He should go to jail. But your friend Dana shouldn't. And we know that he's guilty because the video shows he slapped the shit out of her after she hit him first. I've been in a room and seen I told one of my friends, man, look, you got to get it together with your woman, man. I don't like being around that shit. Like, seriously, we go out, I'll start to meet you at places. Every time I go to your house, you and you, I don't want to see that shit, man. No, my fault, my apologies, every reason. Yeah, I don't think that you should go to jail because you tossed a chick on the bed. Motherfucker, where you going, nigga? Don't walk away from me. Hey, look, you acting stupid right now. I'm not trying to do this with you. I'm going to, you ain't going nowhere, mother. Then jumping in and grab her, toss her little ass on the bed, knock that shit off, stop it. Don't put your hands on me no more. Stay the fuck over there and leave. Get mad, call the cops. Did you pick her up and throw her? So you're going to lock somebody up for tossing her little ass, but she just walked scot-free for hitting you. She's punching on him. I don't condone violence for anybody just on that level. If a woman says that a man hit her, this is why I'm against, I don't even like in professional wrestling, even though it's scripted. Still in all, you could watch professional wrestling and watch a man sock a woman, watch a woman sock a man, and put this false narrative in people's head that a woman and a man are equals. Anything a man can do, we can do better and all this type of shit. You want equal rights, right? You said you should be paid the same as men. You do the job just like men. You want the same treatment men get. Okay, so that goes for the good and the bad. Meaning, you put your fucking hands on a man, your ass should be locked up too. But when you see this, it just makes you go, damn. People see the truth, and the truth doesn't mean anything to them. But fantasy does. So when you have to just take somebody's word for something, Like, what if there was a video that showed Floyd never hit this woman? He just basically held her down and was trying to calm her the fuck down. He's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to just curl up in the ball and let her continue to hit on him. No. Then they talked about, yeah, man, but you know, somebody made a comment about Floyd being a little hood nigga. He from the hood, you know what I'm saying? This and that, and he came up around gangbang, all this shit. And I said, wait, let me ask y'all something. Have you ever heard Floyd tell stories about people having a party in his house and him going up the fire escape, breaking into their apartments of the people that's in his parents' apartment having a party and rob them and all that? They said no. I said, so you talking about all this violent shit in the neighborhood he comes from. But what I just described is what Mike Tyson said he used to do. Mike Tyson changes his stance on himself and how he sees himself. 1 minute Mike Tyson is saying he don't like the person he used to be. He don't even like to think about the stuff he did or even see certain pictures of himself when he was younger. He don't like to even let his kids watch his fights because he might have said or did something disrespectful that he don't want them to think is okay. Then he turns around and says he embraced everything that happened to him because it made him the person he is today. So he comes and goes. I don't know when Mike is high, when he's sober, when he say certain, if he's high or sober when he say these things. But you're talking about because of things Floyd did, you don't like him, but you embrace Mike for the shit that he did. Yet they both have the same claim. I'm innocent, but they both did time. You choose who you want to believe and don't want to believe based on how you feel about them. So the truth doesn't even matter. Mike went through his shit. Floyd went through his shit. Dana White, like I said, he slapped his woman. So did Mike rape that woman? We don't know. Only Mike knows and she knows. He said no, he's innocent, but he went to prison. Same with Floyd. Dana White still free. But even for that, where are all the videos saying Dana White's a scumbag? He's disgusted. He put his hand on a woman. Where are all those videos at? Huh? Stephen A. Smith went live on his show and said he's disgusted with Deontay Wilder. He's so disappointed. Come on, a costume? Come on, you're gonna blame you losing the fight to a costume being too heavy? And Deontay's my man. You know, we're friends. We talk. I respect Deontay, but come on, Deontay, you should be embarrassed to even say. You see what I'm saying? Why he didn't have that same energy with Dana White? Huh? I mean, you called Deontay out for lying. Nobody cared about that other than his minions. About the bullshit, about the costume, the spike water, the egg weight in the glove, the dope pattern in the glove, you know, the referee being on Tyson Fury's side, all this bullshit. Nobody bought that other than his minions. But Stephen A. made sure he let everybody know how he felt about Deontay's excuse for getting his ass whooped by Fury. Yeah. Let me say this. You have people that don't like people because of their character and their personality. But then you have people who don't like somebody like Floyd or like a Deontay Wilder, you know, because they're young, black, successful people. One called his own shots, learned the business, and said, okay, y'all not going to play me no more, but I'm going to play the business. I'm going to play this game and monopolize the way I'm supposed to. I'm the A side for real. And I've heard people say things where they wanted to call Floyd a black nigga so bad. That fucking guy, I don't fucking like his attitude. But you love Conor McGregor. Conor walk around here beating up old men for criticizing his fucking whiskey. Mike Perry walk around knocking out old men and hitting women. And this is on video. But ain't it funny how nobody had nothing to say about Conor McGregor? Nobody had nothing to say. Oh, that's just Conor being Conor. You gotta love Conor, man. Conor's entertaining. Wait, so punching out 80-year-old men is entertaining to you? There's a video of Mike Perry punching the old man and punched the woman. Yo, Mike Perry, man, that motherfucker's raw. So you hate Floyd because he's flashy, flamboyant, and he talks shit, you say, right? And even now, in this stage of his life, of Floyd he's not on the camera as much as he used to be, but he's talked completely different for a long time now. You don't see him doing the dumb shit he used to do, but you're holding on to that. And you're the same people that say shit about a person can go, they can go through certain things in life and they can change, and just not Floyd. And who the fuck are you to judge what you don't know? Oh, Floyd's always making everything about himself. So basically, you heard Skip sit there and say Shannon's jealous of Brady, and it's haunted him because Brady is still going strong at 45 and he had to quit at 35. He's letting you know how he really feel about you inside. And if you allow that fucking devilish looking motherfucker to call himself your brother, Shannon, you a fucking fool. Because he showed you what he's made of. So all of this, he's my brother, brothers fight. Nah, I would never disrespect my family, my friends. Like I said, I don't argue with anybody. But I'm definitely not going to sit here and disrespect some people I love and care about because they don't like a person that I like as a player or a fighter or whatever. Man, principles. That's what this is about, principles. And people don't seem to care about principles, respect, self-respect, dignity. None of that shit. It's all about just do whatever, say whatever. If you have an argument with your mom, talk about it. Write about it in a song. Go on your podcast and let everybody know how much you hate your mother. I wouldn't let anybody claim that we're closer than what we are. And for Skip to say some shit like that is like, yeah, he's sitting here and said, ever since this show started for the past 6 years, you've been wrong about Brady. Said you're jealous of him. He's way better than you ever were. Whew. This is what your brother tell you? This is what your friend tell you? And then here's the crazy part. Skip is not an athlete. This motherfucker never played football, basketball, never boxed, never did shit. Little wimpy, weird looking guy. He reminds me of that guy Joel Osteen. That's whatever his name is. That's what he reminds me of, that fucking preacher guy. Skip sitting up here asking who you think watch more tape, Tom Brady or the coach. Shannon Sharpe played football. He knows what goes on behind the scenes. Skip is speaking like he has experience in that field. He's telling the coaches do. Any sport I've ever played and known of, from high school on up, coaches study and watch. They're the ones who call meetings. They bring you in. They have a purpose for that. So they see things before you do. Yes, the coaches watch more. Now, to say what somebody study on their own, I can't speak for what people go out and do on their own. But as far as film study of what bottom line, Skip likes to make an argument out of everything. It's not even a conversation. I don't like any show where people are arguing and debating. That's just not my thing. We, all arguing to make a point. Just say what you're going to say, and we're going to have a conversation. If not, there's nothing to talk about. So again, Shannon Sharpe is guilty of being a hater, jealous. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, hey, one guilty of rape, one guilty of beating up his wife. Went to jail. Mike Perry socks a guy in the face, an elderly guy socks a woman. It's all on camera. He did no jail time. Nobody called him a disgusting pig. Nobody said they don't like him because of his lifestyle. Nope, you gotta love him. Gotta love Conor McGregor. Same with Conor, punching out old people. You remember the scene when I think he took the chair and was throwing it in the window of a bus and all that? Yeah, vandalizing, showing he has no fucking control over his temper, all this shit. He didn't go to jail. Where's all the videos saying Connor's a disgusting piece of shit? But nope. They hold on to everything about Floyd like it bothers them personally. But see, Shannon, when you made that stupid comment about Floyd, I remember sitting there looking at the screen like, Shannon, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you, even if you felt that way about Floyd, why would you satisfy this racist ass motherfucker in Skip Bayless? Because to me, Skip Bayless comes off as a fucking undercover racist. Because no matter who he prays to, no matter who he big ups, in his mind, he think whatever he feels is just his way or the wrong way. He knows who's great and who's not. He knows everything about everybody. But you notice something, and let's just be real. He always try to give the nod to white players. Look at what Brett Favre did. This motherfucker, y'all know the story he did. Y'all know his money scheming, what he did, and when Shannon spoke about it, Skip didn't have a whole lot to say about it. He agreed that he was wrong for what he did, but he didn't slander him and go out on him. You see what I'm saying? He didn't. He did not attack him, but he verbally attacked Floyd. Talk all kinds of shit about everybody. Now, I've heard him say things about people black or white. Skip, yeah. But if you watch him and just understand him, there's certain things about him, especially when it comes to black people that don't have that. Black people that basically have that vibe, that street vibe. And I'm not talking about because they're cursing and swearing and acting really stupid. No, I'm talking just like you not going to treat me like you like I'm some puppet or I don't have to kiss up to you about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? He's sitting up here telling people, Skip, how he's so close with Lil Wayne and all this shit. And I remember that particular episode. It's like he's trying to make it known to people that, oh yeah, like I have black friends that I'm very close with, and I'm just looking at him and I'm listening to him, and it's like, yeah, you know something, and let's not forget this. Some of the most racist people, they still respect money. So if you do have money, if you are successful and famous, yo, he's different. He's not like the rest of them niggas. He's different. That nigga made something. I've heard people say shit like that. The stories my dad used to tell me, the stuff I seen on, and heard with my own two ears and all, just being around people. And I've heard several white folks say, Skip Bayless, to me, I feel he's a racist. That sometimes it's hard for him to even hide it. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Let's say, because I don't know what happens with that show, but what if Shannon Sharpe, and I didn't even mean for this video to go as long as I want this is going, but it's so much I'm covering, and that's why. Anyway, Shannon Sharpe, let's say he left the show. Do they do the affirmative action thing and put another black guy in there with him? Or maybe they'll put a Latino or Asian guy this time, right? Or do they put a white guy in there with him? And if so, let's see his reaction to whoever his new partner would be if that was the case. I don't care to stick around and see it. I personally don't care. This shit popped up in my damn, YouTube. I saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I said, you know what? When I saw it, I said I'm gonna do a video about it. But with the kind of thing, Dana White thing, I said, yeah, you know what? Now I'm gonna talk about it because it's more for me to say about this situation. And that's why because at first I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna do this, then I'm like, nah. But it was a lot to connect in it. It's not, enough to just disagree with something that someone says. But see, this is the difference with fanboys. See, you can't say anything to them that's logical or makes any sense at all if you're not agreeing with their agenda. It's always my pair of sneakers is the best sneakers out. My TV is the best TV that you can find on the market. My car is the best car. I don't care if it's not a Bugatti or a damn Bentley or whatever. It's my car. I got the best taste. It's mine. Whatever team I like is the best team there is. Whatever fighter I like is the best fighter. Whatever singer is the best singer. Nobody can. That's fanboys for you. Nobody that they like can ever do wrong. They themselves can never do wrong. They just have that mentality of they want to debate about everything. They don't have the intelligence, the maturity to have a grown-up conversation. So what we just sat here and watched, I'm listening to this idiot, and mind you, before the incident that happened with Conor throwing the chair through the glass, Conor had already did a lot of shit. He already did a lot of stupid shit. But like I said, when Conor does it, it's just Conor being Conor. I mean, even for what he did to Paulie. Now, I don't know if he whooped Paulie's ass. Paulie claims that the video was chopped and screwed, and basically he tried to make it look like he got the better of him. Which didn't matter to me anyway. And I said, well, damn, ain't that something? Here's a guy who's confident that he can go in there and strike and beat Floyd. He doesn't even get a fucking sparring partner his size. He goes and get Paulie, who hadn't been training at all, and is pillow fisted as fuck. He is definitely a fighter that you call pillow fisted. Paulie is the poster boy for pillow fisted fighters. And regardless, the statement they tried to make was, I got here with a pro boxer and embarrassed him. You notice what Paulie did though? Remember he was in that video? You got it, champ, with Floyd. About a couple of months ago, I guess Devin Haney made a comment saying he'll never let a white boy beat him. Paulie was sitting there with Roy Jones. I'm sorry to say, but Devin Haney, Lomachenko, that's the white boy that would have beat you. And I'm just sitting there looking like, wow. So the fact is, you think that what Devin Haney said was tasteless, right? So if it was tasteless, why would you go to try to match what he said? And you're sitting in the room with Roy Jones, who's a black man, but you say that, make that stupid ass comment. Here's my thing. Even in him saying that, it's funny because he showed more anger to Devin Haney than he did to Conor. And all this shit he was saying about Conor, it was basically because Conor basically disrespected and played him out, made him look stupid. But he had a whole lot more to say about Devin Haney for a comment that Devin Haney made. But he matches his comment. Well, like I say, if you play monkey see, monkey do, you don't have the right to say anything about anybody. So again, if somebody raped your daughter or molested your son, right? Would you go out and rape or molest their kid to play payback, or would you punish them a different way? So if you do the same things that the person that you're calling, you're categorizing to be a certain way, have a certain mindset or heart, well, you're doing the same thing that you're accusing them of. What does that make you? So if Devin Haney's a scumbag for saying what he said, then Paulie, you're a scumbag too. Fanboy shit. He's praising Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's a good fighter. And he's saying that he has confidence that Lomachenko's going to win, but he don't want to put no money up on it because he's not as confident as he's talking. He hopes Lomachenko will win because of the comment that Devin Haney made. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But this is what fanboy shit does. And point blank, this mindset of people, it's helping to destroy and make things unenjoyable that we normally enjoy. Because the stupidity of how they see things, the stupidity of how they carry themselves, the stupidity of how they sit up and make up in their minds that they're going to just go say and do dumb shit. It's to a point where a lot of shit I see, I just shake my head at it. And I sit and wait to hear people correct someone for making stupid ass comments. example, do you guys remember that episode of Mike Tyson's Hot Boxing when who was on the show? Was that I'm trying to remember. Was that the show when Jamar Charlo was on there? But whatever it was, Paul Pierce was on there with Mike Tyson, and they would brought up the situation with Roy Jones, and then Paul Pierce says, "Yo, don't you said that motherfucker still owe you some money or something to that effect? Like, yo, you ain't go call the boys, that nigga." And I'm just sitting here like, you remember I spoke about that, and I said, "What the fuck is wrong with Paul Pierce?" And I'm waiting for Mike Tyson. Hey, look, man, we not doing no stupid shit. He ain't bring up nothing like that. Nah, Mike just man, you know. I don't know if you said anything to him when the cameras went off, but Paul said what he said while the cameras were rolling. So Mike was supposed to correct him while the cameras were rolling. But it's what I'm saying. So everything has to come to a point where we hear stupid shit, but nobody has the heart to stand up to it. We as content creators, we make videos. I made a video the other day. Somebody responded. I talked about it. I think people are drunk or high or something, because I mean they just respond with some shit that has nothing to do with the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm like, man, what? I had to actually make that known in the video, because it's like, what the hell are you even talking about? You're not even talking anything nothing I said has nothing to do with your damn comment. None of your comments. So it's a new day and time. But I just like, damn, I saw this and I said, you know what, man, this is that if you watching this got that cringe feeling listening to what Skip was saying to Shannon, this is how I feel the majority of the times I watch a lot of this shit. Like, people get in front of a camera and just talk, and they don't even know what they're talking about. They just say things. When two people sit down and have a conversation and agree to disagree, then we can have some grown-up conversations. But me just watching grown-ass men sit up and yell and scream and argue back and forth with each other, that shit just turns me off, man. And not to sound chauvinistic, but I'm used to seeing females do that shit. And I'm going to say for the past 10 fucking years, man, or better, I've been seeing so-called men do the same shit. Why are you arguing? I mean, it's always been, I've been seeing this shit forever. But I grew up around people where the people that I was around, my circle of people, we wasn't arguing and doing stupid shit like that. But I see so much of this now that it's just like, wow. But what Skip did, I hope that wakes Shannon up. And he needs to understand, if you're going to continue to be on that show, it should just be business. There's no way I could sit there across from someone who I know envies me or have these negative thoughts about me, and I'm going to play the friendship role with them. You are jealous. He's way better than you'll ever be. Whew, he's way better than you and all this, and oh yeah, this is what you do to your friends. So this is why I don't want fanboys on my channel. And a lot of times, people will leave a comment and say, man, I appreciate what you're saying, and you should have way more views than you have and way more subscribers. And hey, I feel that. I appreciate the love, and that's all good. But I would much rather speak to a few people than just to have 500 fucking comments of people talking about suck my dick, you a bitch ass, fuck you, blah, 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 all this dumb shit. And I've had to curse, several people out because they come in your comment section just yapping about nothing. But I got to the point where people is like, I just, started just blocking their shit and deleting their stupid ass comments. Why am I even going to go back and forth and argue with you? So you might get one response from me, but when it gets to the point where you're just talking out your ass and don't know what you're talking about, being insulting and being stupid are two different things. So when you say something that makes no sense, it's like, okay, this person is not trying to be a wise ass, but they're talking like they know what they're talking about, and they clearly don't. So this is the day and time we live in, y'all. People talk about how we didn't have social media back in the day. I'm glad we didn't, in a way. Because to be honest with you, the direction that social media is going now, it would have went this way. It wasn't meant to be back then, and it wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. So these are key things that you need to pay attention to when people speak. Because like I don't like fake people around me. And this guy Skip, just the way he looks, man, the faces, his voice is like he's a little whiny little bitch. And I could just he's a very judgmental person. Like he always say more than what he needs to say to describe someone's performance in the ring or on the field. Now, Shannon does the same shit. It's not about sugarcoating how you feel about a person, but to make something so personal is something I can't do. I can't sit up here and act like my life is affected by something that somebody else is doing in the ring or doing on a football field or basketball court. What does that have to do with me? So anyway, I just wanted to get that out to y'all. And I really just, I look at things and it's like when people always talk about keep the same energy with this one and that one, but you see the same people saying that shit are the most biased, one-sided people that you ever going to see. And this is why we have history repeating itself all the time, but in the worst ways. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. And let me just say this too, before I even close out. There's a lot of shit that I've seen and heard from Skip Bayless. And it's things that I pay attention to that other people may overlook. And there's times I've been in restaurants, been in certain places, and they're watching certain shit. And he says certain things that had white people cutting their eye at me. And they'll act, I apologize for that. You apologizing for him for, because they know why he's saying what he's saying. So this ain't about a black or white thing in terms of overall with everybody. If it was, I'd say it. But this is a Skip thing. And for all any idiot that supports that type of behavior, for the idiots that give Conor McGregor a pass for his ignorance, his violent attacks on elderly people and females, Mike Perry's vicious attacks on elderly men and females. Same way how people talk about Clarissa Shields, talk shit, but Tyson Fury can say whatever he want. Look at how he disrespects Usyk. Calling on you, you little foreigner. No one can even pronounce his name. You ugly little man. This motherfucker called Anthony Joshua a model. Tyson Fury, I seen your bald-headed ass on a couple of GQ magazines. You're a model too, motherfucker. Modeling don't just mean bare-chested. You're a fucking model too. You over here taking shit on GQ magazine. Then you call Anthony Joshua a businessman. I'm not a businessman. I'm a fighter. I don't care about the money. I don't care about all of that. See how fast he put both his feet in his mouth? I don't care about the money. I ain't fighting nobody till I get a boatload of money. I gave all my money away to charity. I'm this, I don't care. The money doesn't make me. I just like to fight. But then when you say he's full of shit, well, you gotta understand, Aries, he has to feed his family. No, you dumb dipshit. You gotta understand that he's what I said he is. He's full of shit. That's my whole point. Who's fighting for free? I don't care about the money. So instead of the fanboy saying, hey, Fury, if you don't care about the money, why is boxing your only occupation? Then this motherfucker's in the WWE. He's all over the place trying to get that bag wherever he can. So don't say you don't care about the money. You do care about the money. You'd be stupid if you didn't. That's my whole point. Fanboys are so stupid, they'll make an excuse for what their favorite person is doing and talk like they're correcting you when they're so stupid they don't realize we see what the issue is. That's why we're speaking about it, dummies. When you talking to us like we don't see, you don't see. And Fury's such a liar that his fanboys say, oh, you can't take Fury serious. He's just entertaining. Every time he says something, you people who? Yeah. We can't take what a grown man say serious. but we're supposed to believe him. That make any sense? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.